Hey everybody, it's Tanya at Hummingbird Paintery. Tonight is Thursday and it's 6 p.m. Central here where I am in Memphis, Tennessee. This is another segment of Craft Round the Clock. So tonight we're going to make two gnomes out of the creamer bottles. I've got two different varieties here. This one is International Delight, okay, and I thought this looked more like a boy. And then I've got a rounded top here, and I don't know which one this is. It does not say. So this is a different creamer, and I am going to use this for the girl. Now normally I would put something in the bottom of it like rocks for the fish tank or use some pea gravel, but I can't find my pea gravel in the garage, so I'm not going to worry about it tonight. They do sit properly. So they really don't need anything. Once you get everything on there, it should be level and it should be fine and you don't have to do anything. I probably will add feet later. I didn't have time just because I've been working and everything. Hey Diana, it's good to see you. So I didn't get a chance to cut out the feet. So I will cut out the feet or the shoes later on, and I will post a picture of it when I'm finished. I might do that when I get off. You're the first one for me to see, Miss Diana. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and fix the girl. I've got a sock here that has stripes. I thought this would be good for her arms and also for a hat. I'm going to use part of this for the hat for both of them. Hey, Linda Tanner and Miss Patty Price, how are you doing? It's so good to see y'all. Because I figure the end of this looks like a hat, and the same thing for this one. So I'm going to use this part for the hands, and we're just going to cut those in half. I'm going to make sure that they match, so I'm just getting both the pair of the socks, and I'm going to just cut it right along where the green edge is. And this is going to be my two arms. I'm going to cut them in half, so I'll have two arms for each of the gnomes. And then I'm going to cut this portion off right here. And it's a little bit longer on this one than this one, but that's okay. I had cut it a little bit short. So the girl, it doesn't matter as much. The boy, you have to cover up the beard a little bit and all of that stuff. So we're going to go ahead and do the girl for right now. Thank you so much, Miss Patty Root. How are you doing? Are you new here? I appreciate you being here. So what we're going to do is cut this in half. I've got my fabric scissors here. If y'all know how I am, you have to have fabric scissors for anything that's fabric, and then everything else like paper can be done with a different pair of scissors. But my mother always said, don't mess with my fabric scissors. So I've kind of kept that in my mind. So I've got my hot glue over here ready to go, and this has got one side here, so this is going to be easy to do, and I'll put a little bit of stuffing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hope you enjoy what we do. We do a little bit of everything, as you can ask all these other ones, the other Patty and all of them. So I'm going to take this and we're just going to go down this with a little bit of glue all the way down. And I've got some ribbon here that I'm going to use, and you'll see why in a little bit. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to put it right on top of this and just shut it. We'll get the best that we can. We might have to do a little extra. But I'm doing it at the edge because you don't want to make it where you can't open the middle. Hey there, Miss Jerry. How are you doing? Hey, Myrtle Richards. Thank you so much for coming from Bristol, Florida. It's nice to see you here, Miss Myrtle. So I'm going to do the same thing to this one so it'll already be ready whenever I decide to do the boy, which will be after the girl. So we're just going to do it right on the edge. And you want enough. You want like a bead of it. You don't want to have any holes in it. So I'm just folding it over. This is very simple. This is the easiest thing to do. And kind of push it down a little bit so it will stick good. Thank you, Miss Patty. All right, so I've got both of them. I'm going to put this over here to the side where the boy is, and we're going to take a little bit of stuffing, and we're going to stuff this so it'll have some arms that are a little bit thicker. So I'm just going to poke it in here. We're going to get it all the way to the end, and we're going to put a little ball on the end of it for the hand. Part of this will be up underneath the hat, so you won't see it. So I'm just going to stick this in here, and we can go from the other side too. I'm going to do this side, then we'll do the other side. Hey, Miss June, how are you doing? You can't wait to see them? Well, hopefully they're going to look Valentine's-like. So, all right, so I got it to the end, and I've got it about 2/3 of the way down or so. So we're going to go from the other side, and we're going to do this part. This is where the ball is going to be, because it kind of looks like a cuff right there to the sleeve. Hey, Miss Lolita. Hey, Miss Patsy Perry. Thank you for coming on. Now, the glue does not always do very well. Right up here, I'm going to have to do a little bit more. Cold here. I know it. It's chilly here, too. It was in the 40s today, but it's supposed to go down to the 30s tonight. Is it cold where you are? All right, so I've got a little bit more right here, and I'm just going to stuff it, but you don't want it all the way to the end because you're going to put a ball there. Hey there, Miss Lynn Peak. How are you doing? I'm going to put a little bit right in here so we can shut this, because for whatever reason it wants to come open. And then I'm going to do the same thing. It's got an edge on here. Do you see where it's kind of opening up? And so I'm having to do both edges, the inside and those two little pieces there. Hey, Miss Tina Plummer, how are you from Florida? Got a lot of Florida girls today. Wind was so bad. I know, Miss June. All right, so what I'm going to do is take this ball. Now, I have this. It's a knob. And I went ahead and I painted it a cream color. And we're going to just set it in here and then glue around this. 35. Ooh, got up to 58. Well, you're better than us. We got up to 40 today. 40 something. All right, so I'm going to do this, and then we're just going to kind of pinch it right there. And I'm going to put a little bit on the inside as well because it's wanting to come out. This is the tedious part right here. All right, so that now it looks like an arm, okay? And you've got a little finger or hands at the bottom. So now I'm going to do the other side. Let's make sure that this part, see how this opens right here just because it's got that elastic in there, so we have to shut that. 58's not so bad, but 30 something's bad, isn't it? Let me do the same thing because it really didn't come apart from the seam. It just is coming apart right there, so we just have to shut it. And I pinch it too. You just got to be careful. Don't get glue on your finger because it does burn pretty bad. All right, so I'm going to get the other one that is this bead, and I'm going to stick some of the glue on the inside of this. That way when we put our half ball or knob on there, then it'll stay in there. And I'll worry about filling it up in a minute. We're doing this one backwards. Alright, so there's the hand, and we're going to go ahead and get some more of this fuzzy stuff here and put it in here. Thank you for those hearts or whatever that was. I couldn't see. I appreciate that. Alright, so we're going to just poke it down. I probably could do it with this better than my finger. I don't know. We want to get down here to the end so the hand will sit out straight. And then we're just going to keep going with a little bit more. Hey, Elizabeth Bauer. How are you? I loved your sign with the wings. Thank you, Miss Lynn. You're so sweet to give me stars. Thank you so much. Alright, so we're putting it in here. He's kind of got a lumpy arm. That's okay. It's a gnome, so we're good. I may want to put a little bit more in here. This one doesn't look as puffy. And that's what I think I'm going to do, just a little bit more. I'm glad you're doing good, Elizabeth. I thought about you on the way home, because I still got to get your stuff to you. Hey, Miss Bridget, thank you for coming on. How are you doing today? You've been going to video chat with you to help your painting on painting a cutout. Okay, well, you can message me. For sure, for sure. All right, so I'm gonna leave the tops just leaning like this. There's not a whole lot at the very top of it because we're gonna have that up underneath the hat. Hey, Miss Tony McGee, how are you doing? And Miss Patty, it's good to see you. All right, so we're just gonna set these aside for a second. And I'm not gonna put anything in here because I don't have it. Thank you. I don't know where I got this top or sweater. All right, so this is the girl. So what I decided that was the easiest to do, I kind of want this side for the front. I don't know why. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. We are going to put it on just like that. How simple is that, right? That's going to be her shirt. I'm glad, Miss Tony. Thank you, Miss Patty. Hey, Miss Pat. Okay. So now we have this. We don't want this in the front. It kind of looks like a bunny tail or something, and we just want that in the back. It's okay. It's her pocket. We're just going to pretend. Okay? So I went ahead and did this ahead of time because I felt like that it would take too long and having to cut them and all of that kind of thing. It's okay, Miss Pat. So I don't know if y'all want the lighter color little ponytails or you want the dark, and I'm thinking the dark because it goes better on the pink. What do y'all think? Thank you from South Carolina. I love South Carolina. I went to Charleston. Loved Charleston. All right, so let me see here. This is for the boy, and this is for the girl. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to go over the top here, and we're using this as her little hat, little beanie, and I'm going to cover it a little bit better. All right, and then we're going to take our little ponytails and we're going to stick them under here and lean them like this. And we're going to do the same on this side. Now I am going to glue it down. And I've already painted a half a ball, half a bead. So we're going to stick this right under here, and I'm kind of doing it where there's like a little lump, I don't know what you call it, into the ball, the jar. Let's share. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you for saying that, Elizabeth. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to just glue this down. I'm putting a good amount of glue right here. And we're going to just stick it right under the hat here. I'm kind of doing it on a ledge, sort of. All right, and then I'm going to do this with we're going to put it kind of close up to it, but not all the way. And I'm putting a little bit of hot glue, and we're just going to do this on the inside here. And then the same thing for this side. Thank you. I appreciate you. And then I'm just putting it under here. Ouch. Don't stick your finger in it. That's the bad thing. All right. So it doesn't matter which side you do it on. And then we're going to put her arms under here, okay? Because we don't want it to be seen. Now, you don't want the edge to be seen, so you're going to put that towards the back and make this towards the front. And I'm just going to put that under there. She's got fat arms. So I'm going to stick this right here. and we're just gonna stick the end of it. Ooh, she's got fat arms. Thank you, Miss Maria. How are you doing? And I'm just gonna go right behind the ponytail and put the other arm, and we're gonna kind of put that to the back. And we're gonna have her holding a heart. But right now, we're just gonna have her like this for now. She's gonna be mean. Muscles, that's right. All right. And I was gonna make a bow. Okay, I was messing with this, and I'm gonna make a bow with this. We're just gonna pinch this up, okay? Just like this. And we're gonna put some ribbon around it, and it's gonna be a bow. But I wanna take part of this and cut it and use this as the middle. And you could put a little Totally Dazzled on here if you want to do that. I'm not going to do that for this one, but I am going to make this fold out a little bit. We're going to just tie this in a bow. I'm going to see what I can do here. We're going to kind of turn it. If it'll cooperate. Thank you, Miss Penny. All right. So let me see. All right. I'm trying to get it to where it'll be side to side, but it's not. It's giving me a little grief. So we're going to put a little bit of this. I'm trying to make it a quick craft. It could be not so quick. I'm just putting a little dab so it'll stay kind of in place of the hot glue. The other one should be okay. And then maybe I didn't do it good enough on this side. Let's see. There. All right. So that's pretty good. It's kind of, there we go. All right, so we're gonna stick this right here. She's gonna have a big bow, kind of like kids have a bigger bow than their head. That's kind of what we're doing. So we're gonna put a big dollop of glue right there. And then we're gonna stick it over here. I'm kind of sticking it on the round part. We only have 45 minutes, and that's the reason. Now I'm gonna put her aside, okay? We're gonna do a little bit of something. I'm gonna put a heart on there, but I have to paint it, so we wanna make sure that we get our gnomes done first. So I'm gonna do this in the center here and go ahead and stuff this. I'm gonna try to, she really has big arms. And we're just gonna close this just like I did before. And I'm kind of going in that hole because I didn't realize it was like that. And I'm going to do the edges right here first. Then we're just going to go right here. Y'all aren't going to know what to do with me being on 3 days in a row, are you? Hey, Miss Peggy. You can name her Helga. Isn't that the truth? How true is that? Where's my other one? Here it is. Okay. Let me get in here. Just trying to go on the side so that'll stay shut. And then we're gonna do this on the edge. I'm gonna do the top first just so that'll be prettier up there. And then go down the edges and we'll stuff it. It'll look much cuter with the feet. I'm not sure I would have had time to do the feet. All right, so now I've got that. We got to stuff it. I got probably enough to do. He won't be as beefy or whatever. Thank you, but Jason. I was fixing to call you Mr. Jason, Lord. All right. Get in there, little booger. All right. So we're gonna get it all the way. Try to. I kind of did what I had left. I didn't want to have to get up or anything. Thank you for welcoming everybody, Miss Pat. She helps me so much, Miss Pat does, and so does Miss Terry. I appreciate you ladies. I'll do a little bit down here. And then we're going to put that one little piece right back here. Yeah, it's not so thick. Well, I guess she's got more muscles than he does. So we're just gonna fill this in a little bit and finish this one. Y'all like gnomes? I know some people do. I think they're cute. I didn't like them at first, but it's growing on me. Thank you, Miss Patty, for saying that. I have a variety, that's for sure. I missed one little spot here. We're gonna close it up. All right. Okay. So now we've got the boy's arms. We're going to do the same thing for this one. We want it to go over the top here. And we're going to make it so it'll be on the bottom just like that. I don't like him at first, but guess. Yeah, they're growing on me, Miss Bridget, because I didn't like them at first. I really didn't. All right, so this is the boy's hat. We're gonna put this on him. I need to put this part, put the heel in the back, okay? So it looks more like the hat. We're gonna just tilt it over here. All right, and we're gonna just lift this up a little bit, and I'm gonna put the beard right in here. And I'm just going to take a bead of glue and we're just going to go across there. You love gnomes? You made many gnome items over the past few years. So I've got some glue right there. And this may not go all the way across, so we want to make sure it's in the middle. And I'm going to do the edges once this is on there. But these are supposed to be kind of Valentine's gnomes. Let me do this side. There we go. And I went ahead and cut this ahead of time. It did come in a big sheet like this. And this came from Michael's, but it was on clearance, so I got a good deal on it. It may have been $1. So I try to look for things throughout the year if I can use them for something else. I've got all this fuzz on me. Okay. So I want to pull it down. We want it to go over that. And what I'm going to do, I've got some trim here. We're going to trim it out right there. Hey there, Miss Terry. It's okay if you're late. And I'm just going to do it right on the edge. I'm going to see how big we need it. We got to turn this around. Still not on the back. There it is. All right, so we're gonna put some trim and let's see how big a piece we need. We can use it for another project later. I tried to cut part of it off. I just wanted him to be a little bit different, and that's probably good right there, so I can keep the other piece for later. Now this probably is going to need some glue on it because it will unravel. So I'm going to kind of put some right in the center and try to pinch it a little bit. I'm just scared because I'm going to get burnt. There we go. So I've got it and it's not coming off, okay? They've got tape on this end. So we're going to kind of get some of this fabric off of here. I don't know what this was on, but I got it in a goodie bag full of stuff at, I think, either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure. Fabric strings all over. Yeah, I've gotten a lot on me, for sure. All right, I'm going to try to not burn myself. It's so hot. Okay. So let me just cut this little part off, and I think it'll stay. It's going to be on the back portion, but you want to make sure that the good portion in the center is going to be centered on the gnome. And I'm trying to cover up where I cut that off. You can't hardly see it, but a little bit. Hey, Adriana, how are you? And I am going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on here. You don't want it all the way to the bottom, but you want it sort of where there's a little bit, because I'm not going to glue it down yet until we get the nose in there. All right. So that's the way we're going to do it. And even if it has a little bit of the blue on the bottom, that's okay for me. It's good to see you. She's Lee Lexi Creations. Y'all need to follow her. She's a good girl. And Ellie's Attic. They're here to cheer me on. Alright, so I want to do both sides. I'm trying to do a little bit at a time. And then we're going to go on around. I may have cut it too long. Looks like it. I like this side better, so what I'm going to do is just cut this portion off right here. Trying to watch my time, y'all. I have 15 minutes. So there we go. I'm going to get a little bit of glue and just finish that part out. So now we have the little hat with the trim on it. Okay. Now still have a piece. Now he's not going to get a bow, obviously. He's not going to get pink either. That's the reason why we gave him this part. And we want to make sure we've got little balls here. I've got two. This is just a ball that's got, you know, where you can thread it through something. We're going to put that on the end here. And then I don't care that it has the hole in it. Oops, wrong way. Then we're going to push this one through and put his nose on as well. On here. Alright, so we've got both hands. And we're going to go up underneath here. It's a little tight. I'm going to go ahead and put the nose first. Now I'm going to put a little bit right here and slide this on top of it. That way it'll stay. All right. And we're going to put this underneath here. Now I'm going to put some glue right here at the top. And I've got it up underneath the hat. right there. And I'm going to do it on the other side same way. I can barely put it under there. Let me get the scissors. It's pretty tight. All right, so I'm going to still put some glue right here. So it doesn't come out. And we're going to just take him and cross his arms a little bit. And I'm going to put a little dab of glue, dab, whatever it is. And we're going to just pull some of this through here. All right. So this is the way he looks, okay? And I'm going to put feet on him. And we're going to paint these hearts. This is what I got. Still have 15 minutes. We're good. Put that over there. I've got a big heart. I want the girl to hold the big heart. And we're going to paint it red. Because she's got pink for the body, so I want red. So it'll be seen a lot better. This came at the end of Christmas. It was an ornament and it had a little place on the back that held the ornament. And I have chosen to, you know, take that off. We're not going to use it as an ornament. So we're just going to go around this way. I'm going to go ahead and do the back just in case you see it. Right. Now, there's the red heart. It's a pretty heart. I should have bought more. I only bought like a couple of them. Then I'm going to put this red heart on her hat and one on his hat. I don't know where these came from. I want to say maybe in the section for the wedding. That's what these were. They are different. And hey, Miss Debbie. I appreciate everybody saying hello to all the new people. Now these kind of soak up the paint a little bit better than most, so it kind of looks a different color. It's a different kind of wood too. I'm not sure what it is. Debbie Whitaker. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you coming. For anybody that watches later that's on Craft Around the Clock, or anybody for that matter, I hope you'll come back. Hey Manny, hey Miss Janet, if she's here. I think he's trying to get her here. Alright, thank you Manny. Alright, so I'm going to take that, we're going to dry these. I got way too much red, didn't I? Gotta get my baby wipe. So let me try to do this. I'm going to put these on here so I don't dry the paint, so I can put it back in the bottle. Hey Virginia Tanner. Now I've got one other thing. I've got a love sign. These came from the Dollar Tree, I do believe. I got one pack of them. Probably should have gotten more. I've painted both sides of this. Hey Miss Jackie, how are you doing? Thank you for the hearts. And everybody that gave stars too. I appreciate that. I'm going to dry the back because we don't want it to get on her pretty little pink dress. Hey there, Kathy. It's good to see you. Hey, Miss Rose. Are you feeling better? Thank you, Marilyn. Ow, that's hot. Okay. I went ahead. Let me put this up or we'll need it and not be able to use it. All right, so I went ahead and I took some of this paint right here. It's a pink. It's kind of a medium shade of pink. And we're going to put that on one of these. So I'm kind of going to do it like that. It's going to hang off a little bit, but you just want a little bit of the hot glue on there. Thank you. And I'm just kind of dabbing it. Hopefully I'm not going to get this burnt in my finger here, but we'll do. We'll do the best we can. Oh, okay. So I'm going to put it on here. I'm going to hold it for a second, and I'm going to try to use this to get some of the fuzzies off, melt those. I don't want too much. So this one says love, even though y'all can't really tell, it's backwards. And it's pink, and then this one's just plain. And I just, let me see. I'm going to try to put this on top of her bow, because I'm going to have her holding this. Let me make sure I've got it dry. We don't want to get any red on her pink. Thank you. Okay, it's still a little wet, so let me dry that. Scared I'm going to get it all over her pink. Thank you for those hearts. I appreciate that. We have somebody named Nola. Thank you for coming on here. All right, so what we want to do is kind of make sure her little hair is there. I'm going to do it like this, and we're going to hold it on here. Let's see. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to glue it on the front, okay? So I'm just going to take some of this and rub it in the middle, a good amount, because you want it to stay on there, okay? Just like that. And I'm going to do it kind of sideways on here. Just want to hold it. And then we're going to take her arm and we're going to kind of do it like this a little bit. So I'm going to put glue right on the edge. And we're going to hold it right there for a second. All right. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side, because I don't want it to cover the heart really. So we're going to do right in here a good amount, generous amount. And let me get some right here at the bottom, because it has the ball, so it's going to be heavier right there. I'm going to put some on the underside of this, just a tad. And you've got to hold it for a minute. Thank you so much for everybody being here. I hope y'all are enjoying this. All right, so now we've got her holding the heart, okay? And later we can write Happy Valentine's or Be Mine or whatever. And I'm going to try to put this right here in the center of this. So I'm going to put a generous amount, okay, of the hot glue. We're going to stick it right on top, because I think the girl ought to have the love, right? So we've got her like this. I'm going to set her right here. And I'm going to glue the back of her hat down. Just like that. And then we're going to take this one and we're going to put a heart right here, or either we can put it on the hat. I don't know which one. Do y'all want it on the hat, or do y'all want him to hold this little bitty one? What do y'all think? Hold it like that, or put it on his hat? You need to go? It's okay, Miss Lynn. I appreciate you being here for as long as you can. You have a good evening, and I'll see you next time. On the hat, Miss June said. Miss Jackie said holding it. hat. I've got 2 hats and I've got 2 hands. All right, it must be hat because Miss Vicky said hat and so did Miss Tony. Okay, so we're going to put it on there. So let me put it on the hat right here. I'm almost out of glue. I'm holding it for a second. We're going to get some blush out like I always do. We are going to put some blush on the nose. Put this up and put another stick in it so it'll be ready when I need it next time. All right, so we're going to take this and we are going to do it on his nose. All right, so there's his little nose. And we're going to put it a little bit on the hands right here just because I think it ought to have some. Okay. And then he better sit right. He's not going to sit right. All right, we're going to lay him down. We have to put some feet on him. 5 more minutes. Thank you, Miss Pat. All right. So I'm putting some on her. It's really better with the balls instead of doing the ones with the holes. All right. So here's the boy and here's the girl. You like them? Thank you, Lolita. Let's see if we can make them love together. There we go. They can sit together without having to worry about it falling. I didn't have another sign because I had already used the heart for a different thing. So that's the reason why I only have the 1 heart. Thank you, Miss Pat. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Miss Peggy. I appreciate it. So did everybody see my live last night? If you didn't, thank you, Miss Patty. I want to show y'all my Marilyn Monroe since we have a few minutes. This is Marilyn from last night that I painted. So if you didn't get to see it, I hope you'll go look at it last night. But I love her. She's turned out really cute. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you like the gnomes, Miss Nola. I could make him a I don't know. I don't know if there's enough room. If I could make him a little bow tie. I wonder if I could do that, but he's got a beard, so it's kind of hard to do that, right? We want to pull out his hair, and really we could do the whole thing. There we go, if we want to. 6:42, right on time. Look, I got his beard out a little bit. Here we go. They love each other. Thank you, Miss Jerry. Thank you, everybody. I hope y'all enjoyed these. They're so cute. I do have an auction on Saturday at 5 p.m. Central. If you are interested in anything that I make, please come then and hopefully you'll get what you want. Thank you, Miss Patty. You are so sweet. In a couple of minutes is another crafter, so stay on Craft Round the Clock, okay, so you can see. And I will be back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central as well, and we'll make a bunny rabbit. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Thank you, Miss Terry and Lolita and Miss Peggy. Y'all are so great. I appreciate y'all being here. These are my babies now. They're going to go night-night. Thank you, Miss Pat. Both Miss Pats. Y'all have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central. And join everybody else on Craft Round the Clock. Bye, y'all.